Alright, back with another GSC Invitational. This one is, they're both on alts, and it's between, let me double check my notes here to make sure I call each player correctly. It is between TC and Marcop. TC is on the top, and Marcop is on the bottom. Let's get into it. Snorlax and Zapdos. This could be like this could be any, like Snorlax is anything. Zapdos, especially with T-Wave, indicates offense. Double edges away. So Milk Tank, this is definitely a stall team. Nothing to say about it. Definitely gonna have with the big hitter in the back that appreciates paralysis. That's why Zapdos is running T-Wave. It's not gonna be a Raikou here. Starmie. Yep. This looks like a traditional offense team. Just maybe gonna have spikes here. Yep. Toxic Starmie, which allows for the progress to be made eventually by forcing it to recover, so you can keep up spikes in that scenario. Yep, you can just keep doing the cycle over and over. Unless there's a Thunder Starmie, which completely denies Cloyster the opportunity to keep coming in for free and just kills it outright. So spikes will be off the rest of this game. This is going to be a crunch. No Rock Slide. This time we can just recover that off. Yeah, this Tar is not going to be the best response to this Meek. It's going to miss eventually. Looks like we're going to see a lot of recoveries this game until he misses. Okay, finally goes Lax. Double on the Milk Tank, but he doesn't have spikes, and there's a Quagsire, which is going to completely prevent progress by Electrics. Marowak doing a hefty chunk. Rock Slide's hoping for Zapdos, gets met with a Milk Tank. This is going to be a very long game. Yeah. Oh, wait, we see a rest Marowak on offense? That's very odd. Sleep Talk, that's kind of cool. Because Marowak can usually take one or two big hits, but like, no SCD means you don't really get some major OHKO thresholds. But if you're not going for them, it's an interesting idea. Dynamic Punch misses on Lax. Tar's healed up though. I'm not really seeing a way that. Oh boy, yeah. This game is gonna be really hard for Marcop to make progress and can't get spikes up. Starmie, like there's a heal ball, like his sweeper, his like Marowak's walled. Unless he gets a crit here, that'd be really big. Is he just gonna get stalled out of Earthquakes, fishing for the crit? Yeah, Quagsire walls the Zapdos and its rest, and it can just get a heal belt. Screech Tyranitar has been something we've been seeing a lot more recently. Works really nicely with Dynamic Punch. It's making sure that Milk Tank and Lax can't wall it. Just gonna keep EQing into Milk Tank. Finally gets a crit, but does not get the roll. Needs another crit. Gets it. That's big. But he can just do the same thing with Starmie. And just keep recovering, stalling over and over and over. Okay. Just EQs into Quag. He's almost out of EQs. He needs a crit in, like, now. But yeah, he's just getting PB stalled by... Like, everything's getting PB stalled. Thunderbolt Zap does not break Snorlax. Very like it takes so many crits. This Tar doesn't break the Starmie. I don't know, maybe he can hope to get like some kind of screech off on the Starmie, and then you Marowak it. I don't. He just can't make progress against this team. Tyranitar's back to full. What is this music? Yeah. I think this game is just a done deal. It's just gonna be closing it out. That's why it's been on hyperfast for so long. So to recap, basically, because if that was rather quick, Starmie was Marcop was trying to make progress by toxicking the Starmie, forcing it in over and over to eventually get spikes up, and then the Starmie just thundered the Cloyster and got the kill. And then Marowak got almost completely stalled out of Earthquakes trying to crit fish in the Milk Tank, and it finally got it. And yeah, it is a Rest Talk Marowak, but TC has the ability to switch infinitely and just completely stall out this game. Yeah. Quag wakes up here. Does get the confusion, but he can just switch. He doesn't need to, like, it is on Marcop to make progress here. Like, his Lax is not even a Curse Lax. He doesn't have anything that can boost in here. Darkside crit's nice, but like he needs so many of those. He needed like an EQ query at that turn where the Starmie surfed. And that's PP stall. They're just blatantly PP stalling at this point. Do we see some double edge crits? No, double edge is almost gone. There's one, but it doesn't get it, and he needs consecutive crits, or just so many high rolls. But he doesn't have enough PP for any of that, and Zapdos goes down, but he's out of double edges. Marowak is down to 1 EQ. Tyranitar is almost out of dynamic punches. Yeah, that's pretty much game. Quag rest loops Zapdos if it ever gets like a free turn, so does Snorlax. The Snorlax kind of can just stall everything out. Just crit fishing. Hoping for dynamic punch confusions, gets some, but and then maybe some crazy para action. Crit. But yeah, odds fishing, like hardcore odds fishing, is what Marcop's been doing for the past 100 turns, 100 plus, and not getting enough. His mons don't have moves that they can click anymore. Well, just like checking PP up here. Lax is almost out of rests on TC's side, but like there's not much that can really damage it anymore. Just Starmie surfs, and at this point, like Starmie just clicks recover. Its remaining 3 recovers. If Quagsire ever gets arrested, it just rest loops half this team. No crits. Snorlax is down to its final rest. This Lax can't even click moves anymore. It's almost struggling. You just go on your PP stall. Craig is getting lefties. Yeah, and it's rested, and that's it. That's just it. There's nothing you can do here. Like, you need favorable sleep talks, but it's fine because he can just switch to his Lax or something. It's just like, sure, Marowak with sleep talk is nice, but for making progress, but you just don't have enough sleep turns because you'll wake up and then you have your 1 EQ and you're done. Paraphon. I hope you don't mind that I'm really speeding through this game, but I don't know if you want a fully analyzed, every turn takes like a 30 seconds analyzed one on a 300 something turn game. So we see 1 Surf left, 1 Rock Slide left, 1 EQ left, and nothing. Just, that's it. It's you have no moves you can click. You must switch infinitely, and then hope that, I mean, if you click your 1 EQ there and got a crit, maybe, but no crit, okay, it's done. It's just done. Yeah, and he knows it. He ran out of attacking moves. Well, that's game 1. Goes to TC on top. Alright, well, let's get into game 2. Again, TC's on top, and Marcop is on the bottom. Three, two, 1, go. We see Lax on Umbreon. This is gonna be some trap pass, isn't it? So, Umbreon lead. Probably the same thing that you see on ladder. It just clicks, Mean Look, and then clicks Baton Pass, and goes to something that wins the game. Yeah. Let's see if it just does that. Goes to Steelix, yeah, does a smart play. Baton Passes to the phaser. He's being patient enough. Hidden Power, Electric. Looking like a 2 KO if it gets the high roll again. Ice Beam, looking for a Zapdos. Nails a Gengar. This is going to be some blistering offense. Kind of. It's centered around this Trap Pass Umbreon. Oh. Okay. I was really worried if he'd get the trap off right now. Gengar just blows on it. I don't know if you would always do that, because you have a Steelix. Like, Steelix is one of the best things in a trap Umbreon. Mr. Thunder. Double edges. This could very potentially be a Belly Drum Lax. Just gonna double edge again. Cloy is threatening Boom here. Does he just go to his own Cloy? Does he go to Ghost? What does he... Okay, do we see Boom? No, we see Surf. Now do we see Boom? Or he can switch out. Ice Beam predicting Zap. Explosion. We see Giga Drain, Sleep Powder, Stun Spore, Psychic, a Thief. What do we see? Giga Drain. Do we just see a Boom on the Zapdos? No, you don't Boom here. Yeah, he was aiming for that Steelix. Huh. Spin off. Another indicator of Belly Drum Lax. So this looks like a team that can look to and pass to Lax, but also just could not even play the game normally and just have Umbreon as a pseudo dead slot. Maybe it's got charm. Yeah, just psyching away. Double edge really hurts. Goes to lax. Rest. Okay, we got a curse up. No, just double edging. Maybe it doesn't have curse. Sleep talk. So this is a curse rest talk. Or is it just a sleep talker? The sleep talk EQ, sleep talk +1. And then the last is what the Umbreon passes to. Yeah, so the last is probably the sweeper that capitalizes on the mean look pass. So, let's look this over. Both are the same set of lax. He wins the speed tie. Gets it. But currently, Zapdos is looking like a threat. Does he hit power the golem? Ice. So, this is KOs. And it's going to be up to the last because Zap does not really stand in his way. Snorlax is just barely out of range. Okay, he's out of the danger zone. Now, from Marcop's end, you try and blow this thing. You want to blow this thing up. Does he just go for it? And there's no zap switching, so... Okay, we see a curse beforehand. So he might just try and EQ through it, which is fine. Roar, we don't see what that last is. It really depends on the last to seal this game. Okay, so it's a Machamp. Protect. Scouting for Boom. These hardcore baton pass, like these hardcore baton pass, the mean look teams like protect users as their sweepers sometimes. Gets the crit. Just roared out in his Zapdos. Does he just boom here? I think. Do you just boom? Okay. So now the trick is you boom the, if you can boom the lax, and then you have your Zapdos win the 1v1. That's going to be hidden power, right? No. That's good. So you're going to have to muscle through it. That's, yeah, you have to go to your Zap because you get 2 hit KO'd by hidden power ice. You need some thunder luck. Do you just double to... Here's the thing, he can always, like, he's not in super dangerous position. He's out of range for 2 psychics. So it might just be Zapdos go nutso time to break this lax, otherwise TC hasn't. So Zap needs a crit this turn for Marcop to win. Crit or a full para. Or he can take the rest route, which is probably a little safer odds-wise, you can keep sleep talking rest. And then when this Snorlax... You can also try and take a KO and then blow up his Eggy and then tie the game. Okay, what do you do? Like, it's really hard not to click boom here, but if you just boom into Zapdos, you're in trouble. Misses Sleep Powder, which really blows. I think that's over. It's just over, isn't it? Barring some Thunder misses, where he just clicks APIs a couple times. Sleep Powder would have allowed him to get odds to Psychic through the Zap. This is not a favorable 1v1 for the Zapdos, but it is possible. You could take it. You could take it with a crit here. Sacks the Eggy. Maybe just to want to go back to that turn. Sacks Diegi to get, what, like, 2% on the lax? Maybe, like, you don't even go Eggy on a predicted zap there. You go on a predicted rest, I guess. But he's been pretty content to just double edge away. Now he finally rests, because he knew he was in range for 2 thunders. That's probably what it was. He just hoped there was a rest, and then he was gonna boom, and then try and close out the game, but he's running out of thunders pretty quickly. Seven left. No crits so far. There's 1, but he just sleep talks rest. We need to see another crit in order for this to. Okay, so he goes to his Zapdos. There's 3 thunders left. He needs to win a speed tie there and hit the thunder, or pin power ice. Does he win the speed tie here? But he needed to click thunder to get the enough damage to do it, and he only has. Okay, yeah. So TC takes the game in 2. Thanks for watching this. Kind of like a speed run of a commentary. Peace.